at block.
Make sure Linda's your microphone on.
I don't know. Yeah, it's on. 601 Block is here, Fields.
Here.
Moore is here, Mordarski.
Here.
Morris.
Here.
Schufelt is going to be late. She is excused. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now we're on to the revisions or approval of the agenda. Are there any revisions? And a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Moore, support.
Support.
Support by Fields. Fields,
Yes.
Moore is a yes. Mordarski,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Schufelt is excused, and Block.
Yes.
That passes 6-5, thank you. You need to have an extra person on here, so I know it's my numbers. Okay, I suppose, unless there's any objection by board members, I guess we'll start down at the end, with Ann with question number 1, and then just move through. You have copies of their, resumes, letters of intent, some scrap paper, and 6 copies of the, 6 copies of the, interview questions that you can write on. If you're welcome, if you're ready, Mr. Westfall, we are ready for you. We have 30 minutes. Questions will be asked by the board. Feel free to answer honestly and completely, I suppose. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Good evening, Mr. Westfall. Do you have time to devote to school board meetings and all it entails?
Yes, I'm retired. I've been retired for a year. I got all the time in the world.
What has motivated you to apply for the position on this board?
I've retired from the school district after 33 years, and I've been in this community since 1975. I enjoy what I do, what I've done. I want to keep seeing the progress of the students moving forward. And I'm just one of those people that like to be involved.
I mean, what did you do for the school district?
I started out as a substitute bus driver. Then I went into custodial work. Then I went into maintenance work, and then I retired as an electrician.
Okay.
15 years as an electrician.
Just to let you know, we do have to stick to the questions in order to keep them all consistent.
So we're not allowed to ask follow-ups?
No.
Well, I just wanted everyone to know I never would have voted for these rules if we had a chance to vote. So I'm not sure why we approved rules where you can't ask follow-up questions, but okay. That's kind of ridiculous.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Yeah, so apparently we're governing, we somehow have rules imposed on us that say we can't ask follow-up questions. Yet when I've seen other bodies do this, you can ask follow-up questions. So I just want the public to know I was never given an opportunity to vote on these rules that somehow ban follow-up questions, which one could argue is kind of against the First Amendment. So we have a ban on follow-up questions and nobody can explain how this happened.
I have no issue with follow-up questions as long as they deal with, the embedded in the question, like, for example, if you have follow-up questions regarding what motivated you to do it, certainly ask those. We thought it was, you had mentioned that you wanted to ask a particular question and I never received anything, so I didn't add it to the list, and I did ask Shauna about it as well, and she said she didn't get one.
Oh, no, the questions are fine. I think these are all good questions. Once I read these, I felt no need to add mine. But when somebody says, hey, I worked for the district, I was just following up and saying, hey, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
all, yeah.
I believe that those are fine unless there's
Sure.
some, objection. There may be follow-up questions that I have that,
Sure.
is something someone says. And I think those are perfectly, perfectly reasonable and allowed. It would be the questions that we want to make sure we're asking every candidate the same questions in terms of the base question. Corey?
Okay.
Did you want to answer that or no?
I can't claim to be an expert either way, but
Okay.
I'll just read the next question.
There you go.
So number 3, what unique qualifications, experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
I've worked in every single building in this district. I am familiar with every single building. And I've had interaction with with students in every single building I've worked in, from elementary all the way to the high school.
Thank you.
What is your number one priority if chosen for this position?
Education for the students, obviously, and the well-being and safety of all the students and faculty and members and employees of the Taylor School District.
Ready for me?
Mark is finished with his response and you may go.
What do you see as a major issue or issues facing our school district?
Right now would be the new high school, the bond on the new high school.
Okay, are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? If so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
I'm open for anytime you can get an education to further your education, go ahead and do it. Whatever the classes are, I really don't know what you would want me to go into to better myself for the district. I don't know, but I would be very willing to do that.
Yeah, the MASB offers an array of classes, a
Yeah.
variety of things that.
Yeah, no, I have
are
no problem
helpful.
with that at all whatsoever.
At times you may be caught between legitimately opposing points of view. There may be differences between your personal point of view and the policy or law that you're required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle this?
Well, if I'm wrong, I would like, okay, tell me what I'm doing wrong, how I did it wrong. Let's make it right and move on to make the best of what we can do and not sit here and dwell on something that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But let's make it better. Let's tell me what I'm doing wrong.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
Have a goal. Have your goal. Whatever it is in life you want to do, have your goal. Be it school, trade school, college, military, whatever, have a goal and pursue it and fulfill that goal.
Thank you.
As board members, as a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put aside your personal feelings. What does this mean to you?
No, you don't want to get tied up emotionally with something that you've got to do what's right for the kids. You got to do what's right for the district. You can't, it's not what's good for Mark Westfall, it's what's good for the entire school district.
Thank you, Mark.
Working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision making. What are your communication strengths?
Having an open mind, listening to what you have to say, the concerns of everything that's being discussed, and have good input on what it is. And don't make bad decisions on it. Try to make the best decision you can. with the information you have.
Thank you. Is there anything you would like to ask us or anything that you would like to add?
I just hope you consider me for the position. I'm at all the board meetings. I enjoy working for the school for 33 years and I want to keep going.
Thank you. All right, thanks. Mark.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, yeah.
What did you want to say about the asking questions? I don't believe I was one that said you couldn't ask questions.
From my understanding, you had to keep all the questions the same because you didn't want to possibly have different outcomes based from what we're saying, only from what they're saying.
We're basically the follow-up questions are, you know.
Yeah, follow-up
Yeah.
could be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
if someone says, hey, I worked here, I'm saying, what did you do? You know, it was just simply that, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely we don't want
Yeah.
to.
Someone says I went to college, I'm gonna say, what college you go to? Just something like that, you know what I mean?
Mhm. I mean, to be fair, that would also be in the resume. But I do see where you're coming.
Yeah, when well, in the old building, we used to do them, you know, round table. And we would have their question, but you did it separately and they go around the table. But we were always able to, you know, ask the follow-up
Mhm.
type things to come and say. mm,
So is the next candidate allowed to come in now or do they have to wait till 6:30?
I say if they're
Oh.
here, let's do it.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked. Okay.
Yeah, I think Shauna's gonna be out in the hallway or out in that area to tell us.
Oh, Justin,
Yeah,
I think the reason that we don't vote on these questions is I think they're just the standard questions. You know.
Yeah, anybody
this
could have
wasn't
put
something
input
one
into,
person came up with.
yeah, somebody came up with these, I did not. I said I tweaked one or two of them, but that was it. There was one in there I didn't particularly care for, but then.
Well,
put
you
something
did
new in, so I
send-
would have been, yeah, whatever.
You
questions
did send
you
us
guys
an
wanted to
email
ask would have been
saying-
fine.
You did send us an email saying that if we wanted to add something or subtract something to let you know.
yeah, there was nothing wrong with their questions. They're good
Yeah.
questions. It was just follow-ups, that's all.
Yeah,
No reason.
no, definitely.
Nothing wrong with these
Definitely
questions at all.
to Ask follow-up questions for sure.
So I take it we have a little break.
So we have a lull right now, but Shauna's gonna be reaching out to all the candidates and make sure they're kind of, since that was a little bit faster than we anticipated,
Yeah.
just to have, make sure everyone's ready, because I imagine most of the interviews will be at that kind of pace.
I guess I should introduce ourselves too. For people
Oh, yeah, you're
that
good.
don't know, we should work around and introduce.
What? Oh, introduce?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Actually,
Because Dad, I'm gonna have to
you
have a
do
seat
a
to
better
introduce
job.
ourselves with the next one. If that's okay.
I mean, they should also just know who we are if they're paying attention, right?
Yeah. If they're paying attention, but.
oh, here it is. Okay, good. I know. She's. But she said, when he said, could I do? Oh, actually, she said.
Well, that was the,
There were a lot of rules that were going on, that just like the closed session stuff and, I mean, we operate on. this
that was
committee.
like how the previous board operated. So
Yeah.
if we want to do it the right way, like Justin would say, we have to make sure it's policy going forward instead of how it feels.
Well,
I'm
I
al-
wasn't the one that told them you couldn't ask follow-up questions. Never, we always have. You didn't, oh, I'm sorry.
I was told that.
Yeah, I mean, we always just have. Well, because, you know, if you have something under their particular thing, then they might not up with something. Then, no, we didn't at all, focused on the kids.
We should probably, because they are all.
Yeah, I guess I can bring my, Robert's rules every time I have a meeting, but I don't put that in my bag. Well, I don't care what we do, but.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
works for us.
I have to make a motion and everything.
I don't think we have to do a motion.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Motion to go to recess until the next candidate's ready.
What are we doing?
Support going into recess till the next candidate rolls in.
Support.
Okay, all those in, oh, well.
Oh, nope, there's Justin.
Okay, all right, or Block,
Yes.
Mordarsky.
We're doing a motion to go to recess until the next candidate's here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Morris,
Yes.
Moore is a yes, and Fields is a yes, it passes.
Taking notes.
Okay. Thank you, I need a motion to, sorry, I could turn this off.
I make a motion to come back from recess at 6:35.
Second,
Fields,
Yes.
Moore is a yes, Morris,
Yep.
Mordarsky.
Yep.
Block.
Yes.
Thank you. I would like to welcome Maria Serrano to an interview this evening. I'm Linda Moore, I'm the president of the board, and I'll let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Corey Morris, the vice president of the board.
Justin Wodarski, trustee.
And Block trustee.
Kathy Fields, treasurer.
Thank you. We have one missing who may come in a little bit later. We have a series of questions to ask you, and we're gonna start, I guess we'll start with Kathy this time and head this way.
Ready?
We'll proceed. Go right ahead. Thank
Y'all
you.
ready, hon?
Yes, yes, I am. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to be here and express myself and, about the job.
Microphone closer, I believe. I'm having a hard time hearing.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Okay, Maria, do you have the time to devote to school board meetings and all it entails?
Usually, I do not have the time yet. I start working on the board maybe like 6 months ago. So I'm kind of new with how everything is going. I'm still learning how the board is working and how the schools are working.
Now, you are aware that if you are selected, you would not be able to work for the Taylor School District. You would have to quit that job. You can't be an employee. So you are aware of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to make sure. Are you finished with Kathy's
That
response?
was, yeah, that was all. of
That
it.
was it? Okay, thank you. What has motivated you to apply for this position?
What motivates me is about how you guys work, how the team is working. Your principles, like, I'm kind of nervous, so.
Oh, you're
it's
That's
just-
great.
Okay,
Very
so,
formal.
yes, actually, I look at the board or what it was about. The, convocatory that I read, it was not say too much just about the Board of Education. It didn't say too much as a specific. So what it motivates me is learn more about what's going on around the Board of Education, gain experience. Since I'm getting into the accounting and the administration field. So for me, on this job, it didn't require any experience, kind of pure like 1 year, 2 years, something like that. I see like an opportunity to learn more and gain more skills in the field. That is what it motivated me to apply for the job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. What unique qualifications, experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
Well, my past experience on my job, like I work in a restaurant in the administration area, which is give me skills to work as a team member, and work with multiple people, and just to work as a team and get the things done, work together and learn together. And my other experience as a manager, I work with people, same thing, the thing is just learn and move forward to get more skills, more experience. Basically, it's about learning. For me, it is learning. Every day is about learning something new.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your number one priority if chosen for this position?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What is your number one, sorry, that's my mic. What is your number one priority if chosen for this position?
Like I said before, you just gain experience and learn, that's why, because it didn't require any experience. Even if I have the skills, I cannot prove the experience that I have. So this give me like a step to move forward, what actually I'm looking to be in the future.
Okay. What do you see as a major issue facing our school district?
I think for me, as a BS and Hispanic, it would be more involved into everything is about in the American way. So basically that is my main that I can see. It is not a bigger, but it is something that I'm facing, that is, I consider the rest, it would be just about get into and just focus on what is requesting. So that is my main, I don't have any issues at all.
Yeah, well, in what way do you see, how would you like to see us change so that we're more, I don't know, welcoming or more, inclusive in terms of the, Hispanic way as opposed to the,
For me, right now, on the experience I've been having, working in a multiple schools, having a multiple background, inside of the school, the district is, I think it's both ways. One is that we had to feel that we had to fit in it, and the other one is just the rest will come. Actually, I didn't have any bad experience to talk about once I start working here. So basically, it's more for myself, is really feel that I belong to this team and work with you guys and, put my skills and bring everything I know to you guys.
do you have children that go to the school district?
Right now, no. My kids are older. They are in the college
Yep.
right now. So,
Okay.
but before, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry about that, many of us don't. Mine graduated
Is
a
it
long
my
time
turn?
ago.
Are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? And if so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
I'm wild to learn. Actually, right now I'm taking courses on Econel about administration. So everything is about to take courses. I would be able, once I learn more about the role they had to play, the skills they have to learn, the responsibility they have on my hand, I would be able to choose which courses can be able for me to help and bring more value to the organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at times you may be caught between legitimately opposing points of view. There may be a difference between your personal point of view and the policy or law that you're required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle that?
For me, it's more about the respect. It's about respect and follow the rules and follow the law. Even if I have a different point of view, that is my personal point of view. It didn't have to interfere in what is my job about. So yeah, that is basically what I've been dealing within my positions before. It's about decisions, which way you want to take, which one you want prefer, which one is gonna fit on your principles as a person, and which one you want to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
Can you repeat the last part?
Sure. What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
Don't be afraid of challenge. Don't be afraid to take the next step to follow their dreams. And do not fail for which critics or bad influences they have outside. That for me, that is, I see in my kids, they're in certain age, like high school, they don't listen too much about what as a parents we have to say, but they listen more about the friends. So for me, that is biggest concern that is out there.
Thank you.
And a good, for me, I think it's, if they have a good teacher, they make a big difference too, as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As a board member, you'll be asked to put aside. Okay, sorry, let me start over. As a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put your personal feelings aside. What does this mean to you?
Just think out the box, basically. You know, sometimes you have to think outside of the box to be able to grow up as a professional. It is not something about what you feel, but sometimes it's what is the best to do.
Be working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision-making. What are your communication strengths?
I'm very communicative. I like to express myself. I like to listen what the other people has to say, what they think. So I think it's a teamwork. It's about listen and speak your thoughts and listen what the other have to say.
Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to ask of the board or of us, or any questions, or?
Basically, yes, I have maybe 1, 2 questions about the, like, what do you can express about the team that we'll be working with? And basically, that is one of my questions.
Well, this would be the team that you'd be working with,
Okay,
along with us,
nice.
who work closely with the cabinet. And what was the other question?
The other question is like, how would be for me to look up to be a successful in this role? That is something that you can apport to me, and
A lot of it's a learning curve. There's a lot to learn. The MASB, or the Michigan Association of School Boards, offers training courses. You know, they send valuable information, and I know I've been doing webinars that have been good so far, and that's as far as I've gotten. But you know, you get training from
oh,
colleagues here.
all right,
So
that's good.
bring you on board and fill you in.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
I think that'll be it.
Okay. Well,
Thank
we're,
you.
we're gonna have a board meeting on Wednesday where we'll choose the candidate, and then, I don't know, do you make that contact, Shauna? Or, yeah. And, you know, Shauna will be contacting.
Okay,
Well,
bueno.
Thank you very much. It was
Thank
very
you,
nice
and
meeting
nice
you.
to meet everybody.
Yes.
You as
Nice to
well.
meet you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so this stay here, or I take with me home?
You can keep it there. Yeah.
You want to keep it? All right, okay, oops. All right, thank you, and have a good evening.
You do the
everyone.
same.
too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet everybody.
Same to you.
Well, we've got, what, 20 minutes?
Well, she's saying Tara's here. If we just want to skip to Tara.
Oh, yeah, let's look
Oh,
Tara.
yeah, let's sit with Tara. Yeah.
Heck, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
I think remind Maria that she can't read one of those during the interview.
Okay, she can?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What's the question?
Oh, just that, we can't have other, interviewing participants in other people's
It's an
interviews.
open meeting, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was
why.
gonna say it's an open meeting. I don't think we can enforce that.
That was the act policy previously.
I think we should have talked about this long before.
Shauna,
That's what I'm
from,
saying.
have we?
Don't make the
you
rules and
know,
the games going on.
This is an open meeting.
They were made previously.
Yeah,
Have
we should have
asked
discussed.
the
it.
previous candidates leave in the past? That's what I said.
Yeah, it's an open
Okay.
meeting, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Never mind.
okay, that's what I would say as well. Thank you very much for your, always. Yep, that's good point, Thank you. Tara,
Hello, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well. My name's Linda Moore. I spoke with you on the phone.
Yes.
I'm the president of the board, and I'll let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Corey Morris. I'm the board vice president.
Justin Wodorowski, trustee.
Ian Black, trustee.
Kathy Fields, treasurer.
Okay, we're just gonna, we have 10 questions to ask you.
Okay.
We're gonna start with Mrs. Block down there in the end. She'll ask the first question and we'll go to school roundtable. If, in advance, we'll ask if you have any questions for us or anything that you want to know for us.
Sounds
So,
good.
Go ahead and begin. Mrs. Block this time.
Do you have time to devote to school board meetings and all it entails?
Yes, I do. So I currently work 100% remotely. And so my work is pretty flexible. And so I have the time and I would take being a board member very seriously as a job. And I wouldn't miss any board member meetings, as well as I would love to be more involved within the school district. So attending different things like sporting events, as well as academic achievement events and lots of different activities. And so I have the time to manage, as I've shown today. You guys texted me and I was here within 15 minutes when my time slot was 8:10. So I do have the time and I'm ready to put the time and the energy into it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. What has motivated you to apply for this position at this time?
So first off, I've applied for this position a few times ago, and then I had a baby, and so I missed the deadline to be on the ballot. And so this was actually the perfect timing for me. And so I would want to be on the ballot if I wasn't selected this time. And so the reasoning why I want to is, first off, that I was born and raised in the Taylor School District. So I started in the Head Start program in preschool, and then I graduated from Truman High School. And I owe the school district a lot of who I am today. And I feel like I have a lot of the components that the Taylor School District has. And I owe a lot of the educators as well as the teachers that helped me find my correct path when I was at Truman High School to further my education.
Thank you.
What unique qualifications or experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
I think first off, being born and raised in Taylor, I feel like I have a very good view of what the Taylor School District wants and needs. And so also, as well as my family has always had lots of ties and roots to Taylor. And so I've had different family members be cooks and teachers and coaches and volunteers and students within the community. And so I feel like I can understand all these different components, and I can also give what my experiences had. And so after graduating from Truman High School, I studied at Michigan State University, and I achieved a bachelor's in communications. And then I have a minor in nonprofit organization. And so I feel like nonprofits has always been a big passion of mine, and I love to volunteer. And so currently I volunteer with 2 different alumni groups of different groups that I was a part of when I was at Truman High School. And so I'm currently a volunteer as a DECA judge with Taylor DECA. And so I judge at districts as well as the collegiate level. And then I also volunteer with the Michigan Youth in Government. And so I volunteer time at the state capitol, and I teach middle schoolers and high schoolers parliamentary procedures and teach them the different branches of government.
Thank you.
What is your number one priority of chosen for this position?
I feel like the number one priority for the Board of Education right now is to instill the trust of our community. And so I feel like this is due to a few different reasons, but the 2021 bonds and not being able to build the high school. So I feel like the number one priority should be instilling the trust in the community and trying to get the community to trust back into us. And so that kind of leads into one of, I feel like, the biggest opportunities, as well as the decline in the school district and our students. And so with all the charter schools and private schools and a lot of different school of choices, I feel like we're losing a lot of our residents that are living in Taylor are choosing other places to go to school. So I feel like the best place we can do is start to instill and trust in our community. And then one thing too, that I think a good thing is that I think you guys have been doing that so far. And so even the superintendent, the video on the 2021 bonds and all the different ideas that was proposed from the community and how you guys addressed it and how it might have worked or didn't work and things like that. So I think we're moving in the right direction, but just continuing to instill the trust of the community.
Thank you.
What do you see as a major issue or issues facing our school district?
I feel like kind of what I just said a little bit with instructed with the 2021 bonds as well as the decline. And so in our school district with the students attending. And so I feel like a couple different ways to improve that is making sure we have safe learning environments. And then the biggest thing I think is making sure that we have competitive curriculums with other school districts. So figuring out why these students are doing school choice or going to charter schools and how we can stay competitive to keep those students in Taylor. And then as well as making sure we're empowering our educators and making sure that we're giving them the supplies and making sure that our students are wanting to giving them the best rate to succeed.
Thank you.
Are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? If so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
Yes, I'm all for classes, having a master's degree and furthering my education. So I feel like there's always something we can learn. And so with classes, I feel like things that the board members, qualities that would be great to improve on is communication. And so maybe classes with communication as well as being team orientated because you have to work as a team. And then even I think a great opportunity is partnering with other districts and other boards and seeing what opportunities they've had, what worked and what didn't. And so taking classes, but also partnering with other boards.
At times you may be caught between legitimately opposing points of view. There may be differences between your personal point of view and the policy or law that you're required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle this?
I feel like to be a successful board member, the first thing it's not about your opinion. It's about what's best for the community and it's what's best for the children to succeed. So not thinking about yourself, but thinking what's best for the children and what's best for the students and the educators. And kind of following that as well as being on the board and being on a team. Sometimes you disagree with your team. And so I've worked on teams throughout my life and work and education, as well as different sporting events. And so just knowing that sometimes your opinions might not be the majority. And when you're on a team, you have to support your team and go with the majority.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
I feel like the most important skills to have is just the skills of life. So thinking about how to fill out for a check or what a 401k is, or even how to fill out for a job application, what student loans and what taking on all that responsibility is. And so I think that is the biggest thing, as well as shaping the path for success for these students. And so I think our Career Center does an awesome job with that. And so one thing is that there's no path is the right path. And so you can further your education, you can go into a trade, you can go into the workforce, you can go into the military. There's so many paths that you can take. And there is not a right path or a wrong path, and your path might take all of them at different times in life. And so basically just letting kids know and students know that there's so many different paths and opportunities for them after school.
Thank you.
Oh, sure question. You're good. As a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put aside your personal feelings. What does this mean to you?
This means that you have to put what is best for the community and what is best for the students to make them succeed. And so I feel like the biggest thing for a successful board member is to be open-minded and to understand other people's views and to make sure that you're always staying open-minded and you're working with your team.
Working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision-making. What are your communication strengths?
I think my communication strengths are learned throughout my education. And so I have a bachelor's in communication, and then I have a master's in business administration. And so I've learned that with communication, that is important. And then a couple things as well is that I worked for Meyer Corporate for 4 years. And so I learned various things like writing strategic planning, and then budgeting multi-million-dollar deals, as well as leading negotiations and building partners with both our suppliers and vendors. And so I feel like through my work experience, as well as my education, and then just growing up within the diverse city of Taylor, I've learned so much about how to communicate. And I feel like to be a good communicator, you have to have open mindset, and you also have to be team orientated. And I feel like those are the two things that I possess the most, as well as I'm very enthusiastic. I don't know if you can tell, I'm trying not to smile.
Thank you.
Do you have anything for us? Questions?
No, I just had one thing is thank you so much for this opportunity. And if I was selected, I would put my heart and soul into making the board be the best that it can be and striving for the future, especially as my family, my husband and I, we just had a 1-year-old that turned one years old last month, and just striving to be the best that it can be for the Taylor School District. And I want my son to have the same positive and the same career paths and the same, all the different things that I had in the Taylor School District.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Yep,
Thank
you
you.
too. Sam.
Thank you.
Thanks for being flexible. That life skill.
The name again? Sorry,
Letitia.
Letitia. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
That was the last one. Letitia's last.
So lonely down there. You're an outcast today.
I'm fine.
Yes.
I usually am, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I'm used to it.
Used to it. Me too, Kathy. Hi, welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I know you're not Larry,
No.
so. Letitia,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I like your
Thank you
shoes.
for being flexible. My name's Linda, I'm president of the board. I'll let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Corey Morris, the board vice president.
Justin Wodarski, trustee.
Ann Block, trustee.
Kathy Fields, treasurer.
Pleasure to meet all of you. Thanks so much for having me earlier than 8:40 p.m.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Thank you for being available.
yeah, well, it's a little bit, 8:40, that's in the
That's why I
PM.
was like, oh boy, they're
She was
dedicated.
about to give it that time, but that was what was there. So good for all of us. We're gonna ask you a series of 10 questions. We're gonna start with Mrs. Fields down here. We'll ask the first question, we'll go around, and then when we're finished, excuse me, we'll ask if you have any questions or comments for us.
All right.
Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
Hi, and welcome. Do you have the time to devote to school board meetings and all it entails?
Yes, ma'am. That was a lot of the reason why excuse me.
Can you pull your mic in a little bit?
Can't hear.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. That was a lot of the reason why I haven't applied for board positions before. I had younger kids at home. Now I'm just almost an empty nester with one kid. I work day shift hours. I'm out at 3 o'clock and my job isn't much stressful, so I'm able to now devote the time that I think it would take to be a successful board member.
Thank you.
Okay. What's motivated you to apply for this position?
Mainly, I just recently relocated to the area. I have a middle schooler over at Hoover, and I'm eager to be a part of her education as I was with my children before. I'm taking the opportunity, with the opportunity being available and the time I have now, and, you know, my background, I would think what I can offer to the board. This was perfect opportunity at a perfect time.
Thank you.
Mr. Corey.
What unique qualifications and experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
Well, I have over 20 years of medical office management, but I've also started 5 small businesses as well. So I have extensive background in financial management, strategic leadership, building high-performing work teams, as well as being a part of high-performing work teams. And I have the time. I think that was a big one that I wanted to kind of hang on to dedicate to board endeavors.
Thank you.
What is your number one priority if chosen for the position?
To learn.
Thank you.
I have never been on a school board before. I think my experience extends to volunteering. At my kids' elementary school, we helped do a volunteer program, but to really learn the lay of the land would be my very first priority.
What do you see as a major issue facing our school district?
Oh, boy. One, the biggest one, is it used to be defund the police. Now it seems like it's defund the Board of Education with our new administration. And I think if we can get together and kind of have a proactive approach to what's to come, I think that'd be my answer. Are we going back to Miss Kathy?
Oh, it's me.
You.
Excuse me, I'm down here by myself.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yes, today.
Are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? And if so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
Oh my gosh, that's a perfect question. And I'd be honored if you offered that. Classes surrounding school administration. And I'm sorry? Are you about to say
Well,
something?
The Michigan Association
yeah.
of School Boards offers an array of courses that you can take that help with finance, how to teamwork, and somebody
Curriculum,
else.
policy,
Policy.
anything you can really think of. They have. a
Yeah.
class.
And that's perfect. And I think, finding the area that the school board needs the most that I can benefit you all in would be the classes that I'd be looking toward taking. That's awesome if you had, knowing that
Yep,
you have
yep,
that.
Yep. Okay, was it my turn or no?
Yep, it's your turn.
Yes,
It's
I've
my
got
turn.
it.
Okay, thanks. Doesn't take much to confuse me these days, so bear with me. At times you may be caught between legitimately opposing points of view. There may be a difference between your personal point of view and the policy or the law that you're required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle this? Sometimes the law says something that we don't like,
Mhm.
but we have to follow it.
I mean, absolutely, but I think there is a trust once you've been a part of a team for a while, there's a trust that you have, and there's something empowering about having your voice. We know that there's the law and we're gonna follow the law. The law is what governs what we do. We're people of integrity. We wouldn't be sitting here without that, but that doesn't mean that I agree all the time. And that also doesn't mean that I want to be muted. So I mean, let the record show I disagree, but yay, if we have to vote,
Yep.
with the law.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
Different times. It used to be college readiness, but now it's career readiness, I think. Also, we loosely throw around integrity, but having students who graduate from our district with a high moral standard, in addition to a trade, I think did you ask for 2 or 3?
As many as, what do you think are the most important skills?
Those are
So,
the 2.
a
All right.
open
Oh,
ended.
that's solid. I don't think I'm gonna go with those.
Thank
2.
you.
You're welcome.
As a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put aside your personal feelings. What does this mean to you?
I think we kind of the same question that you were saying, that the rules of engagement are what they are. And that's the law, or if that's the rules that govern our board, then that's what they're there for. We must adhere to them, point blank and period. However, that does not mean that we come to this group without our own personal conscious and unconscious biases as well as opinions. And we need to I would like to be a part of an environment that fostered a safe enough space where we can voice our opinions. How else do we make change? How else can change even be brought to the forefront if there isn't passionate people with strong opinions who still follow the rules?
Working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision-making. What are your communication strengths?
I have a great personality and I like to laugh. Laughter is sometimes my mask, my safe space. I prefer to laugh as opposed to being in a bad disposition. I like to resolve conflict independently and individually. I don't like to rouse things up. So if I do have issues, I'd like to do those things one-on-one. But for the most part, I like to be pretty easygoing. I've had a life before this life and other lives. And so, I like to think of myself as being rather grounded and pretty easygoing.
Hey, thank you. I believe that's the end of the questions. What do you have for us? Questions, comments?
What is the decision-making process for these interviews?
We are going to have a meeting, a special board meeting on Wednesday at 6 o'clock where we'll make the decision.
And how will you notify the candidate?
Maynard, Shauna will be contacting you. I'm gonna guess the following day. Yep, and that is Shauna over there.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Very
Have a
nice
good
meeting you.
evening.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
Larry.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're getting done early, lights there.
Yep, no sadness there.
Welcome.
Hi there.
My name is Linda Moore, I'm president of the board, and I'll let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
I'm Corey Morris, the current vice president of the board.
Justin Medarsky, trustee.
Ann Black, trustee.
Kathy Fields, treasurer.
Thank you. We have a series of 10 questions we're going to ask. We'll start with Mrs. Block down there and then just go around twice. And then at the end, we'll ask you if you have any questions for us. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let Mrs. Black start when she's ready.
Do you have time to devote to school board meetings and all it entails?
Yeah, so both my kids are in college right now, so it freed up a whole bunch of time for me. So there's definitely plenty of time.
What has motivated you to apply for this position on the board?
So first thing is I like to be involved in the community, the schools, pretty much anything. Community involvement is important to me. The main reason why this kind of reached out to me was because a lot of my experience and stuff has been in Riverview, because that's where my kids went to school. And I've been looking for an opportunity to get involved more in Taylor because I live here. But the opportunity just hasn't come up until now. So figured I'd jump at the chance.
What unique qualifications and experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
So I've never had school board experience, but I've had a lot of board experience. I was heavily involved with the junior football board in Riverview, and also heavily involved with the Baseball Association board in Riverview as well. And I've been extremely involved with, as my kids were moving through the Riverview schools, I've been pretty much involved in just about everything that Riverview's had to offer, or needed help, I guess.
Thank you.
Hey, what is your number one priority if chosen for this position?
First would be to get a better idea of what exactly, the inner workings of what exactly is going on with Taylor schools. Like I said, I've been really familiar with Riverview schools, so I know what works, what kind of the things that they're doing that are working, and things that they struggle with. So I feel like I bring that perspective to the Taylor School Board. And so kind of would be getting the lay of the land, what exactly is the inner workings, what's going on here? What are the priorities for the board and for the schools? And basically just help.
Thank you. You're up.
Thank you. Good evening. What do you see as a major issue or issues facing our school district?
So a couple jump out to me. The first one I would say is supporting the teachers. I feel it's very, very important to kind of start there with supporting the teachers as far as, making sure they're compensated well, making sure they have the support they need, as far as curriculum, as far as, not having the school classrooms, too many students to be responsible for. I just had coached 13 kids in high school basketball, and that was a lot. So I can only imagine how it is to have 38 kids in a classroom. So, things like that. Security, obviously, today is a very big issue. So, but really starting with the teachers and kind of working from there would be the priority for me.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? If so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
So when I commit to something or am offered something and decide to commit to it, kind of the older I get, the more I'm all in. I'm 100% in. So if I commit to something, I'm going to give it everything it needs. So I would be willing to do whatever it took, as far as like, I would want to learn as much as possible. So for example, when I took over the baseball board in Riverview, there wasn't really much going on. They had let kind of the board, there's only a couple members of the board, and there was a lot of officials that weren't being appointed and elected and stuff like that. So came in, cleaned up the whole thing, and made sure that each position had a name and they had responsibilities. And usually if you ask for help, people are willing to help. I feel like, if chosen for this position, I would definitely get after it. And, I tell the kids that I coach, give 100% in everything you do. And I believe that for myself as well.
I apologize. My apologies for skipping over our trustees over here. You guys want to continue?
No, I didn't think you did.
Oh, did I go? Oh.
No, I think it's my turn. At times you may be caught between different opposing points of view. There may be a difference between your personal points of view and the policy or law that you're required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle this?
So I'll kind of take a personal experience that I had from being on a board. We had a board member that had some issues during our season that we needed to address. And we decided to, as a board, we decided to suspend that particular board member for the season and then revisit at the end of the season and towards the next season. So this particular person recruited somebody to run against me as president the next year, and I couldn't figure out why, because I felt like I was doing a good job. And so anyways, I ended up winning the election, and I remember asking that guy, I said, why did you want to do something different than what we're doing here? Did you have some different ideas? What was going on? And he was like, honestly, I just wanted to help. And I ended up making him an officer on a board because he honestly wanted to help, and it wasn't the fact that he, ran against me or maybe had some different viewpoints or whatever. I welcomed that. So, and if somebody wants to be involved, I want to work with them, so we were able to do that, and we had a great working relationship for the next 3-4 years after that. And so, everybody's going to have different viewpoints and everything. You got to accept them, do the research you need to do, and try to come up with some kind of resolution that makes everybody happy.
Thank you.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
So I guess this would be two-part. Yeah, obviously they need the basics, your English, your math, your science, yeah, I'm a big fan of mastering the basics that you're going to need when you move forward towards towards college or trade school or whatever, your career in the workforce. I think life skills is another thing that is maybe underrated. I ask kids, especially my son's age, I was close with a lot of the guys in his grade, and I used to ask them, like, what, their senior year, what's your goal? What do you want to do? Do you know what you want to do? Do you know even what you like? Do you sleep in? Do you like to sleep in? Do you like to get up early? Do you like to be active? Do you like to do you like to study? Do you like to read? These are questions that I feel like are important for kids to know, like, and to be able to kind of have an idea of who they are and what they're coming out of high school from. So I think as far as that goes, and then as far as like, you know, the skills that need to be there today, you know, so obviously you gotta be pretty good with computers today. You can't just be, well, it's a disadvantage if you're not, because it's taken over whether we want it to or not. So I feel like they need to have those skills as well.
As a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put aside your personal feelings. What does this mean to you?
So at the end of the day, you know, the board has a responsibility to make decisions that are best for the school district, right? And best for the students and the teachers. There's a lot of people and a lot of people involved with that. So I feel like, I'm sorry, can you ask the question again?
Sure.
I went off on a
As,
tangent
as a
there.
board member, you'll be asked to make decisions where you must put aside your personal feelings. What does this mean to you?
Yeah, so, okay, so as far as the responsibility, you got a job to do it, you know, so if you're not, you know, if maybe you don't 100% agree with what the rest of the board agrees with it, you got to put that aside and let that go and just be like, hey, let's try it, let's commit to it, and let's you know, if the board as a whole decides that, we got to go with it and commit 100% to that, and let's try it out and see. Because sometimes you're wrong and sometimes you're right. And so you know, I feel like everything kind of works themselves out, and most of the time it's a little bit gray. You might be, you know, 50% right and 50% wrong. And you know, but if you commit to it and put the plan in place, then all that stuff works out. You know, you're going to see what the weaknesses are and what the strengths are, and you roll with it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Working effectively. Is that done?
Yep.
Are you done?
Very good.
Yes, it's you.
Yeah, last one.
Working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision-making. What are your communication strengths?
So I like to listen as much as I like to talk. That would be the first thing. I like to evaluate what other people have to say and you know, kind of make my decisions from there. I don't have any problem getting along with people. And I'll take it back to coaching, because I do a lot of coaching. So as far as that goes, you know, you really have to, the players that you have to get along with them, but you also have to lead them. You have to communicate with them. And sometimes they don't want to listen. And so you really have to continue to work with it and just keep in constant communication with them and try to get them to believe into what you're trying to teach them, as far as, you know, for them to have a success. So I don't feel like I have any trouble getting along with people or communicating my viewpoints and what I kind of think about things, but also at the same time, you know, you got to listen to what everybody has to say and kind of evaluate it and because everybody has something good to bring to the table.
Yeah, I wrote down that you were very thoughtful and with one of my notes in your responses. Anything for us?
Questions, concerns, comments?
So I got one of the, I guess one of my questions was already answered, but did you give interviews to everybody that expressed interest
Yes,
in the
we did.
position? Okay.
There's one left, but yeah, we will.
What's that?
There's one candidate left, but we will.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
was
will
just
look into it.
curious.
You're the penultimate candidate, so. there's one
Yeah.
more.
We're having a special board meeting on Wednesday where we'll make the decision and then Mrs. Maynard will make the notifications, I'm guessing on Thursday.
Okay. So you're moving on this quick.
Yes,
Okay.
we have to, 30 days.
30 days, okay. And the position, there's one position open,
Yeah, one
And that-
position. Yeah.
someone resigned.
Yeah, we had he had been on board for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe 7. But I don't recall exactly how long, but he resigned, moved to Livonia.
Okay.
Didn't leave because he didn't like us.
Yeah, right.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then we will, we appreciate you being here. Everybody's looking at me, did I miss something?
you're good.
Okay. I just have to question, everybody's giving me the look.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was very nice meeting you.
No, it was nice meeting you guys and thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Yep.
Thank you for applying.
Okay.
Oh, I'm loving the timeline here.
What, getting out of here?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, I'm Linda Moore, President of the Board of Education. I'll allow the rest of the board to introduce themselves.
Okay,
I'm Corey Morris. I'm the current vice president of the board.
Justin Wadarsky, trustee.
Ann Block, trustee.
Kathy Fields, treasurer.
Thank you. We have a series of 10 questions to ask you.
okay.
We'll start with, what did I start with? I think you start this time, right, Kathy?
I
Yeah,
forget.
Kathy will start this time and we'll go around, ask questions, and then at the end, we will see what questions or comments, concerns you have for us.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi, Kathy.
Do you have the time to devote to school board meetings and all that it entails?
I do work full time. I have a shift from 8 to 4. So I can devote, anywhere from 4 on. I have a pretty laxed job to where emails and reading, I am able to do while working.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What has motivated you to apply for this position at this time or now?
So I have a 16-year-old son that's in this Taylor School District.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he got into a little bit of trouble where I had to do a meeting in front of the school board.
Mhm.
I loved the way that the school board approached everything. I loved the way that they had guided my son. And from when I was in school to how the school district is now, there's been a huge, increase in the way that everything is handled. And I wanted to be a part of the continued growth and to see how I could, assist.
Thank you.
What unique qualifications and experiences do you bring to the board that would help us make Taylor a better school district?
I am very detail oriented. I'm very organized. I am very great at problem solving. I manage an office. I've managed for 14 years. I have a staff of 14. So problem solving and, figuring out ways to improve is one of my strengths. It's something that I've done for a long time.
Thank you.
What is your number one priority if chosen for this position?
Due to how my son is, trying to improve the way that the struggled kids can often get swept under and kind of fall in the cracks. I'm hoping to improve the way that, those kids can, overcome what they're going through with the school district's help. It's not always at home where they get the help, and sometimes, the school is the only help that they do have. So if the school district fails, to help, unfortunately, the kid will fail.
Thank you.
What do you see as a major issue facing our school district?
Maybe overpopulation of kids. I feel like it's very overrun. Like teachers to kids, I don't know that the teachers can give their most to each student.
You're up.
Oh, God, it's me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was like, wait, I thought there was 10.
Number 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. Are you willing to participate in board classes to better understand your role and responsibilities? If so, what courses do you think could benefit you in this role?
I do. I am able to contribute, timing us, with my work schedule. I really don't know, the classes that are,
Yeah, the MASB, the Michigan Association of School Boards, offers an array of classes from team building or working as a team to finance, just anything you could possibly.
Policy, infrastructure.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything you could
Curriculum.
possibly want.
then yes, I would. Which category I would choose, I don't know, until I see the list to see what I already, have to what I can better myself with.
Thank you.
Okay, at times you may be caught between legitimately opposing points of view. There may be a difference between your personal point of view and the policy or law that you are required to uphold as a trustee. How will you handle that?
We're always taught rules are rules, whether you agree with them or do not agree with them, that is the way that you have to go, whether anybody likes it or not. Laws and rules are set for a reason. Personal opinions are set for home.
Thank you.
What do you think are the most important skills for students to have when they graduate?
Finances. Definitely finances. I don't think that is, gone over enough where kids are set up for failure. You can learn math, you can learn English, but, I think the real life of making money, spending money, credit, I think that there should be at least a semester on that with the home ecs.
Thank you.
As a board member, you'll be asked to make decisions that, go against your personal feelings. How will you resolve this?
Unfortunately, rules are rules, job is a job. You have to do what you are supposed to do, whether you like it or not. Again, my personal opinion on a matter, if it is not what is supposed to be it, I would just have to set it aside. We can all have different opinions on things.
Okay, working effectively with other school board members and the superintendent requires skills in communication and decision-making. What are your communication strengths?
Teamwork, open-mindedness, always knowing that there's not a straight line to get from point A to point B, and listening to everybody's views on, what can be most effective.
Thank you. Do you
You're
have
welcome.
anything for us? Questions, comments, concerns, anything?
I don't think so.
We're having a special board meeting on Wednesday.
Okay,
At 6 o'clock, where we'll make the decision, and then Mrs. Maynard over there will get in touch with, or make contacts on, Thursday.
sounds
next
great.
week. Very nice meeting you. I
Very nice
appreciate
meeting all of
time.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening, hon.
Okay, we can move on to public comment. Is there anybody wishing to publicly comment? No, Caroline? I wonder if we have anybody online. I don't.
No
think
one
we
on-
do. Thank you. Does can I just ask one question? Does anybody going to be on the Wall of Fame committee for the Taylor Foundation of Educational Excellence?
What's the commitment?
The commitment is that I believe you meet, they have a gala on August 25th. And you meet and then there's nominations for, people who have really just kind of helped the district and different things. It was actually on the back page of the, Taylor magazine. And so you meet, they're choosing 3 candidates, or there are 3 people a year to honor. The gala is April 25th. You think of anything else to say about that, Shauna? They're looking for 2 people, 2 board members. Third board me?
I'll have to think about it.
Okay, anybody?
I'm thinking
Okay.
about it. That's, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just tied with him, yeah.
Or let Shauna know or Mike know. Okay, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I do have a question first, because,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
go right ahead.
so, Wednesday we're voting and I'm just curious about the format. Because there's 2 different ways of doing it, right? It's like you nominate a person, if they get the majority, they're on, or some other rules state that you vote on every candidate and it's more like a playoff format. So I've not found out how we do that.
I don't have any idea how Wednesday's gonna work. I'll pull out my Robert's rules. Just that I thought that, we can't go into closed session to discuss because it's, it's not an eligible item. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work.
My understanding for Robert's rules is we have to pick a method. And I don't know if we can do this now, but I'm just saying, maybe we need to be prepared on
Okay.
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To pick up-
Yeah,
Yeah, the method I prefer is every candidate gets a vote. And it's almost like a playoff format. Because if it becomes the first person that gets a majority vote, then, well, I nominated this person, who gets nominated first, But if everybody gets a vote, and then maybe some people get 3 votes, some people get 2 votes, those move on and they move up. You know what I mean? But I think everyone should get 1 vote. That's my preferred method.
Okay, I'll pull out Robert's rules. Or do you have an idea, Shauna or Ann? You've done this before?
Okay.
Didn't hear a word you said, so, but
It's in the
I'll get it
phones.
later.
Watch the video, she said.
Oh. Stephanie's got a hand raised on the,
Oh, somebody has a hand raised?
Can someone let Stephanie speak?
Oh, there's someone here?
Yes, Stephanie.
They sees what I'm supposed to be doing first, please. Feel free. I don't see a hand.
Yeah, it's Stephanie.
See, my thing's also not moving up and down.
Do you see her, Shauna?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to comment on the Wall of Fame. I did submit through Mike to join that.
Okay, perfect. So we need 1 more. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion by Morris to
Seven-
adjourn.
7:42.
Pardon me?
At 7:42.
7:42, thank you. Is there support?
We're done. Just.
Yeah, I support it, yeah.
Morris, a yes. Mordecki?
Yes.
Morris?
Yes.
Shufelt? Oh,
Shufelt.
excuse me. Block
Yes.
and Fields.
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Everyone have a wonderful evening and thank you.